Oh. Hey, gang. Michael Daniels here. Again, we're doing a follow-up with the last hangout that we did last week, which was really, really good and had some good feedback from that, too, from different people in the community. And that's what we do. Andrea, how are you tonight? Say hello to everyone.
I'm doing great. Hi, everybody.
Good. And she's in here with me again because she wanted, like I said, I wanted to do a follow-up with her because she has set up her event and done her things. And I just wanted to recap. So real quickly, I'm going to go through. I'm not going to go into all the details unless we need to, that's what we're here for, is to show that kind of stuff. And again, please remember, folks, I'm not an expert. I just do this a lot, and I love to give that information if I can. If it helps anybody, I feel great that it's helped someone. Andrew, you can just leave it. I know he's out in the audience. I haven't seen anyone else, but I just want to just make sure, Andrew, verify that you're seeing everything that you need to see. Or anybody wants to leave a comment, just so we know that you're out there. Because we get lonely in here. No, I'm kidding. So we want to make it fun too. So anybody that has any questions, feel free to throw those questions out there. I know, and it might be it might help Andrea out as well too, because somebody might say, bring up something you're like, oh wow, I want to know about that too. So
yes.
Let's get right at it. Last week we created an event. One thing I want to make sure too, just like I did last week, I may bring up something that I'm going to get to. So if you're asking a question or somebody out there leaves a comment or a question, I want to make sure that, maybe I'm going to cover that. So I'll let you know that too. So I'll just let you know ahead of time.
Okay.
Anytime I do this, I always like to do that anyway. All right. We copied event link anywhere you want. Okay. So what we do is we get an event and we go in and we get that event. And the key is that event link that we get. And we showed that last week. We showed where to get that event link. Remember that little window up at the top that we showed that we wanted to go ahead and I'll do that again just so you can kind of see, just to kind of give you a couple visual references.
Well, I know one of the places to find it is where it says share.
Yes, that's exactly right. So this window right here. This is a key window right here, because what that does is it gives you the opportunity to see the link that you want to be able to share. But also, sometimes more importantly, is that link that's up in the top of your URL bar too. That's the easy one to copy. So either one of those will give people reference, so they know where to get that and where to go. So that's a key thing. That's how to bring them in. And a good thing, for example, tonight, I will show folks tonight, because I want to show them on this page what I did for tonight's event. I sent an invite and you didn't get it. You even told me, you said, oh, I never got it, because I'd sent it like maybe 5 minutes ahead of time. So let me also show this, and I'll go to screen 1 for this. I'm going to be bouncing all over the place, so don't get confused on me. So I'm just telling everybody out there. Page 1. Now, right here, you can see I had invited using the method that I just showed you. So what I had to do was I had to bring up Andrea's Hangout message box and put the link in here for her and send her a message. If, did you get my invite? If not, here is the link. Oh, my dogs are going to talk again tonight, so you're going to hear some of that.
That's fine.
So that's what I had to do. So that was a way to get her inside the Hangout here. So I wanted to make sure that people understood it and how and why we did that. Do that door thing again, the door trick, to kind of block some of that sound.
Michael, I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Through my microphone, I'm able to hear another Hangout going on. I think I'm hearing last week's Hangout. Oh no,
okay,
you just said, did you get my invite? So maybe it's the 7-second delay.
It is. It's the one that you're actually watching. You're probably on the event page. If you go on the event page.
Okay.
Fine. Oh, actually, if you look up, are you on Chrome?
I am.
If you look up at the top of the tabs that are up on Chrome, there's a little speaker that's going. Do you see those your tabs? Do a screen share maybe, and we can let's try and see. Maybe I can help you that way.
You know what? I just put it on
you found
stop.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the key. So you can, if you look at Chrome, it'll tell you which one's playing a video in the background.
Oh.
So let me show folks what that's like. Okay, so you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and actually do that as well.
Okay.
I'm going to have it playing in the background, so you'll probably hear it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. I turned that sound off. All right. So here, I'm going to go to that right now. Okay. So for example, this is playing up above me. So if you look right here, there's like a little speaker right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's let you know that that's the tab where something's playing.
Oh, wow.
So something's playing. Like this one doesn't have it. This tab doesn't have it, but this one does. So you can immediately go to that one. And it's kind of driving me crazy because it's playing. So I'm going to stop it.
Yes. Oh, this is great. Thank you for this information.
That's quite all right. But some people, they want to see, now I just turned it off. So that speaker went away. So now that speaker's gone. So good question. That's a great one. So we already have something that we could give to the audience, something new. So that's good.
Super. Huh? Thank you.
All right. So now we got that. And let me just check these as I go. Okay. We start with Hangout, not a Hangout event. So that's a key thing too. Whenever we're creating these, we start with a Hangout, not a Google Plus event. Okay, so there's a difference there. And where I'm looking at for that is, and I'll cut over to that real quick, is over here on the left. Let me get the screen big enough so you can see that. Let's see. Scroll down over. Okay, still can't see it. Hold on a second. Let me go here. Okay. So now right here, you have a choice of Hangouts or events. We start from Hangouts. That's how we start when we created. Okay. So that's the difference there. So I always like to make sure people know where we started from. We add the date. Later we add the time. Keep in mind, the Hangout, even though you go into and you've created this, you're on the page to go start this event, it doesn't really start until you get into the environment like we're in right now.
Yes.
Okay, Andrew. And there's a start button. That's when it starts. Some people get confused. They think as soon as they click that little blue button that we had.
That's right. I thought that.
Oh my gosh, it starts the Hangout. And that's not true.
Okay.
It only starts when you hit the start broadcast button. So I wanted to emphasize that. All right. Start the Hangout, add the date, the time. It does not start. Okay. Caution of bringing video and images. I know we spent a little bit of time on this talking about that, bringing images and videos into the Hangout because of copyright possibility and issues that could come about. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that again, but I do want to emphasize those things. Be cautious of what you do bring in, how you bring it in. And some people do it. Some people just bring them in and they take the risk. You know, I'm not saying that. I'm not encouraging that. Again, as I said last week, I'm not a lawyer. I just do Hangouts. So just to be careful there. And one thing that I emphasize whenever you're inviting or starting out, when you're doing that, creating that event, is making sure that you have everybody that you want to bring in and public. Remember me emphasizing public?
Yes, I do. Yes. I do remember that.
There it is. That's my big window for that. So my big screen for public. But making sure that the public is invited if you want to use Comment Tracker. If you want to do this as a private event and you want to have it just going on with you and 10, maximum of 10 people, then you can invite everybody in. You can do that kind of thing. But as long as it's a Hangout on air, and no, you can do a Hangout on air for a bunch of different people. You can do an unlisted one, basically just invite a community, which is what I did last week. I just invited the community. So they're the only ones that had access to come in there and see it. I mean, I didn't even invite the public. Then you wouldn't be able to use Comment Tracker. Now, I actually have the ability today, and I don't know if everybody watched, but I asked everyone to watch. Go watch on my video on Comment Tracker. and it shows you how to bring the comments in, etc., and use a reshare and all that kind of stuff. So if you didn't watch, it's a good one to go back and watch. Because again, I'm not going to go into great detail unless we want to. You know what I'm saying? Unless we want to go that route. Sure. I just want to see how much time we have.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I do have a question about communities. Do you have to have a relationship with the community in order to be able to have your invitation, in order to include them? Do you have to give them a heads up and say, hey, I'm inviting you, or can I?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That is a great question. And my answer to that is yes, definitely be courteous and say to the owner of the community, say, hey, look, I want to add my HOA in here because I think some of your people would be interested. Are you okay with that? So I would send them a direct message before I invited that community.
Okay. Now what happens if you violate that and you've made the mistake like I did and just clicked, oh, this,
mm-hmm.
Contact them and say, mea culpa, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely do that. Hey, look, I know I invited your community. It's before I knew what I was doing totally. Or, just,
yes.
No, I mean, seriously. I mean, just be very, I think people, if you're genuine with people, just say to them, just say, hey, look, I invited you. I didn't know what I was doing. Just invited a whole bunch of communities. I hope you're okay with that. And if you're not, let me know for future, hangouts and things like that. So that way I know not to invite your community. I know I'm a big part of your community and I help you out and we talk about a bunch of things and this is really good. I just thought this would be of interest to some of your people. That's the way I would approach that. But I would definitely go to the owners of that community. And do you know how to find the owners of a community?
I don't actually. How do you?
Okay. All right. Let's do that right now since we didn't talk about that last week. And I think it's probably something that could be important. I think it's a good idea. I'm going to go to the user-to-user community since that's what Andrew and I are part of, and that will give you a good example of how you find the owners. So let me transition over to this. This is the user-to-user page. When I'm on the user-to-user page, I'm going to go on the left-hand side all the way down here where it says all the members. See where it says see all?
Right.
Okay, I go to see all. Now I can see all the members, but I can click on this little down arrow next to the members and look for the moderators.
Oh.
And in there with the moderators, it has who the owners are. So you can see Andrew and I are owners, and then Debbie, Heather, and then Roy and Russ we're all moderators.
Okay.
So we can moderate that community. So that's how you find out who the owners are.
Excellent.
So you would want to send a message directly to them. Like if I'm asking to put something in Andrew's community, I would click on his name. So now his thing comes up and I can directly send him a message and say, Andrew, and it's just to him. I can say, Andrew, I would love, I know I did this by accident the first time, but I really want to know if I can do this on a continuous basis. If I can't, I will not invite your community. That's fine. But I think it'd be something that your people could benefit and that kind of thing. Excellent. Thank you. Oh, you bet. No problem. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the next thing. You had asked, and I want to reemphasize this. How do you said do the invitations come from the community? Mm-hmm. And my answer was no, they don't. They come from whoever's creating the hangout. So whoever's little icon is up there, that's who it is. So if you're in as a page or you're in as your profile and you create that event, then that's where it's coming from.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So for example, if let's say user to user had a page. Okay. Or, Andrew and my profile, it's individuals. It's either a business or a profile. And that's a whole different subject, different thing and all that kind of stuff and a learned thing. But that's who it's coming from. Okay. So it's a person sending. You can share. Now you can take that link from the event once you have the event. So for example, if we look at this page that I created today, and I did a different top there because I wanted it to be different from the last one. So that's why I did that. But If you look at the top, the URL at the top, this is how I told you to get that event URL, which is up here at the top in the URL. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put that everywhere I want it to go. I can put that on a Facebook, nice fancy Facebook post that I want to put up there to people that I want to get there, and then give them that link. Say, this is all done on Google+, but here's where you can come watch. And then I want to go to my emails, and I want to go put this link in with an email to a group of people that I want to send to. Or I want to go to a circle. I want to go actually to start a post, add that circle of the group that I want to send these people that I know are interested because they've told me they're interested, and then put that same link in that post. So those are ways to invite. That's the way to invite people.
Okay.
Or I showed actually on the event how to share the event with a circle as well. Okay, I did do that.
By circles, you're talking about the people who have me in their circle. So they already know me. Is that correct?
What I mean by that, for example, and I will go over this real quick. So let's say I want to share this event. Okay. Yeah. So I share the event and this comes up. I have this, and I can invite, instead of to the public, I'm talking about circles that I have. These are my circles. So if I want to send it to my family, I can add my family. If I want to add it to, my friends that I know love food, baseball, these are my circles. Baseball people that I know, acquaintances, if I have fantasy football, I can send it to just that group.
Okay.
So these are my circles. These are circles that I've created. So not necessarily the ones that follow you.
I see.
Okay.
Understand. Thank you.
You betcha. And then I talked about add a trailer, adding a trailer, share an event, details, sharing an event I just talked about, the details section. This is a good time too. In the details section, kind of gives you a thing just to make sure that you put all the stuff that you want in there. Any hashtags you want to be able to reference, anything like that you want to be able to get them back to see this event. These are good things. And I did it this week. One thing that's really good to do that I do, and let me get back to the event. Why am I here? Okay, get off of that there. Yeah, on the event page, you can see right here, hopefully you can see that, I have created a hashtag.
Yes.
Right there for this event.
Uh-huh.
And I make it a unique one. It has the hashtag that I want, HOA setup, and the date.
Okay.
So now I can always reference this, and if I want to send it to Twitter, I want to send it to whatever, they'll find this. They'll find this event that way.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, so that's part of that part. And I also use that to go and track track comments using that in Comment Tracker. I could just put that hashtag inside a comment tracker, and it should get me anything as far as, comments coming in on any reshare. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to let me just open up Comment Tracker while I'm still talking.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to, but hold on. Let me go to that one, see if that works. It might not. I don't know. Because it's been kind of wonky for me. Working, not working. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Been kind of crazy, so I'll see if it does, see what happens, and see if it works. But let's just see. Okay, yeah, okay. So there was a reshare out there, like Andrew. So now I can bring this, and Leela brings up, "Hey, blame it on Michael." There you go. So I can get comments straight from the events that come up on screen. So all I did was use the hashtag to get that. I didn't have to go find a reshare and go through all that stuff. There's a lot of hassle with, in my opinion, just my opinion. To me, if I have that hashtag as I do, I went and got it and boom, put it in, and it worked for the comment tracker. And again, go ahead.
Let me just recap how you're accessing this. So in comment tracker, did you put the hashtag in there and then you just clicked on add?
I tell you what.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this really easy on you. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let you do it. Okay?
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
So right now,
Mm-hmm.
open up Comment Tracker while we're in here. You have it open?
Yes.
Okay, now what I want you to do is I'm going to personally send you a personal invite. It should have just popped up a little message box, and it has that hashtag.
Well, first it says Comment Tracker would like to know you're on Google list of participants. So I just click on accept.
Yeah,
So then
you have to give permissions, yes, to use the app.
Got it. Okay.
So somewhere out on your computer, you should have gotten in here a message box that comes up from me, and it has that hashtag.
Okay. Yeah. I see
Okay.
it says source URL search. Okay.
Let's see. It should have that hashtag. Oh, yeah. No, what I'm talking about is a message box out on Google Plus.
Oh, okay.
This, I'll put the word this so you can find it. See if it comes up. I hear it dinging.
Not sure. Should I be looking at another window for something?
Yeah. Go to your Google Plus window.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And you should see something from me. You see that message box?
Yes.
Okay.
So should I copy and paste that? HOA setup?
Yes, just that. Just those letters and the hashtag part. Just copy and paste, copy, Control C.
Yep.
And now come back into the Hangout.
Yeah.
When you're in the Hangout and in there where it says source,
I'm getting excited. Yeah.
And then hit the plus sign.
Yeah.
And now when you go to stream, they should be there. They should.
Okay. It said source URL search term, and I clicked on enter, and now I'm looking at the hashtag, and it says Google Plus search.
Okay. Now go up to the little hamburger menu, which is the 3 lines up next to the word probably source.
Okay.
Or shares. Yep. And go to stream. And you should see a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, I do.
Now, if you click on the eyeball on one of the comments.
Eyeball. Would that be the word show?
Let's see. No, down below that. Let's see. I'm not sure what you're seeing, so.
Well, let me just give it a try. Let's see.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah? Oh!
Okay. So you click it again. Click the eyeball.
Okay.
And it takes it back off. So, yes.
Wow. Show. This is awesome.
So make sure and click off on that.
Okay. Or
click the eyeball again. Click the eyeball again.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Now, what you can do now is you can click on that hamburger menu again.
All right.
And click on the word shares. Now you should see tracking 3 sources and then, or however many sources, and then click the little, the share.
Okay.
Which is the 3 little, or the 2 little lines with the dots. You click that.
2 little lines.
Well, next to the word tracking, how many? What does it say? Tracking how many sources?
It says 1 source.
Okay, so click the little icon next to that.
Okay.
And it adds something to the bottom.
Click it again.
And you should be good. Hold on, let me just make sure.
Okay.
If you go back to sources. And we're going through some comment tracker stuff, folks. So the people that are watching.
Exciting. Okay.
Probably boring to a bunch of them. No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Now, when you're on sources, you'll see probably 3 or 4 little boxes there, possibly.
Yes,
right?
I did.
If you click check reshares, which has a circle with an arrow next to the trash can on one of them, if you just click that, check reshares.
Not seeing that, Michael.
What do you see?
Hold on.
Tell me what you see there.
Am I looking at the hamburger menu where it says?
Well, if you click the hamburger menu and click the word sources.
Mm-hmm. Got that.
Then once you're there, you'll see a bunch of different things probably. I'm not sure what you see.
Okay. It says source URL search term. Then there's a plus.
Below that?
Below that, it says the hashtag and Google Plus search.
Okay. Got it. And then what else?
And then you've got the Google Plus icon, and then below that is the trash can.
Okay. Then what else?
That's is all. Yeah.
Okay. Is there next to that hashtag or the one that says has the hashtag and then Google Plus search, is there a little circle with an arrow or no?
No.
Okay.
I have a magnifying glass.
Okay. Go to, let's see if I can do this then. Shares, no news sources available. Okay. Go to your stream and see if you see any more comments right now. Hamburger menu, then stream.
Okay.
Or just that single one.
It says Michael Daniels reshared from undefined. We are hanging out just
any plus signs or anything?
No plus signs, no.
Okay. Do me a favor, do a screen share real quick so I can see what you're saying. Just so I can see
what's
going on.
Wrong one. Okay.
And we'll get back to this in just a second. Okay, so go ahead and go to the Hangout, and it's going to do that bleed thing. That's okay. So
okay.
Choose the Hangout. Oh, you probably picked not the complete desktop.
Oh, okay. So
go to screen share again. It's going to take you out.
Yep. So stop screen sharing and then go back into it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm stopping.
Okay. Now, when you screen share this time, the top left choice is what you want, which I think is desktop. Complete share entire desktop or something like that.
Alrighty. Select a window to show full screen, Google Plus Hangouts plus Mozilla.
Full screen.
Okay, good. Got it. Okay.
There we go. Now we're in the Hangout. Okay, so now go over to the Hangout. I'm sorry, the comment tracker app. Click on it.
Right. Right.
Perfect. Okay. See. Okay. Now down below all that, see the little plus sign next to the eyeball? That's what I was talking about. That's the plus sign I'm talking about.
Plus sign eyeball.
Okay. Okay. You see where it has my name?
Oh.
Go all the way down next to there's a trash can, and then a little pin, and then an eyeball, and then a plus sign. Do you see that? In comment tracker.
Okay, see the plus sign, eyeball.
Yes, plus sign. Click the plus sign. Click the plus sign.
Plus sign, okay.
That's what I was talking about.
All righty.
Yes, there you go. Now it adds all your shares. That adds all your shares. So there you go. Gosh. You can click on the light ball on the eyeball there and all that kind of stuff. That shows you all your comments. Whoa. All right, but that's the comment tracker, and you can go ahead and exit out of screen share
by clicking on eyeball again.
No, just click on exit screen share by clicking the
stop
at the top. Stop broadcasting. There you go. Okay, so we're good to go.
Yeah,
I think we are. Yes. Okay, so that's using comment tracker, and I love what Leela puts up there. She says, "Love Andrea's excitement." There you go. There you go.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna move on to keep on going, just so I can keep on going. I mean, that's, like I said, comment tracker is a whole different thing, and going over that stuff. Giving guests permissions, we talked about that when we were creating the event. You can give them permissions to share pictures and add comments and all that kind of stuff. So you can do all that kind of stuff when you're creating it. Traditional event versus a hangout event, and this is something Marie Johnson out there mentioned last week, and also I mentioned, and I said I almost always create a traditional event and then add a hangout to it, as opposed to doing it from the Google Plus side. And I know you were a little shocked. It was funny when oh, really?
Yeah.
You were wondering, why do I do it that way versus this way?
Yeah.
And there are reasons why you do it that way and why you don't. It's just something I'm comfortable with, and I've done, because I was here for a long time before they even had this. This is really easy. You know what I'm saying? This is an easy step-by-step process for the most part. So that's why I taught you this way. And a lot of people get started this way from Google Plus. The other way is creating a YouTube video and bringing it over and putting it in and all that kind of stuff, and an event over there. So it's just different, and there's different things. But and my video shows that. I added that video link to the Hangout last week and shared it with some other people on the if you go into user to user in this event, I have that on there too to show you how to do a traditional event. Just remember, MD Quick Tips. If you go to my YouTube page, MD Quick Tips, it has all this stuff.
Excellent. Also. Thank you.
There are apps before the Hangout. You had mentioned and asked about, oh, Michael, what about the showcase? What about the applause? What about the question and answer and all that kind of stuff? The only thing with those apps, it ties you into one little box. So everybody has to watch the whole show. Whereas here, like you just saw Leela's comment, we would not be able to pull that in because there's no way to do that.
Okay.
Because the event's going on the outside, so that's why we don't do it that way. But there are applications and reasons that you would do it that way, and I'll show you real quick. A lot of people don't even know any other way, and I'm going to show you that real quick. If I go to the Hangouts, this is the Hangouts page, okay?
Yes.
This is where we can start and create one. Create a Hangout. I just started a Hangout on there right there up on the left. But if you look, you can see here's some Hangouts that are going on, okay? These are 6 other Hangouts that are just going on. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, video Hangouts. If you click up here, it shows you those same 6 plus list. There's ours.
Oh.
Okay, no, this is actually mine. Okay, Hangouts on air. There we go. Hangouts on air. Here they all are. I mean, it just shows you a bunch of them that are going on right now that are public. So that's why they're showing up here.
Wow. Okay.
So this is stuff, but you can see right here, these people are doing one with a question and answer app.
Yes.
So what happens is, like if you click on our event, if you click on ours, it's just going to bring up the event. Okay. It just shows the event, and it shows us going through the whole process. I turned it off because we don't need to sit there and listen to that again. But if I click on one that has question and answer app, I click on it. See how it takes over my whole screen? And there's no event page or anything else. Boom. See?
Yes.
So that's the difference. That's the difference there. So that's why I like to have it where we have that event page and we can go through and see the event and see everything that's going on. That to me is much more useful.
Okay.
And that's why we do it the way we do it.
Okay.
That's some differences. Okay, let's see here. Let me go to. All right, now that's apps. Then there's apps inside the Hangout, like the screen share that you just did, and the comment tracker that you just did, and the chat and all that kind of stuff. So there's apps on the outside before you begin. There's apps on the inside once you're in here. So there's a difference in those apps, and we kind of touched base on that last week. So I wanted to just recap last week. Inviting folks into this Hangout as participants, we just showed that using the share link, using the URL at the top. That brings them inside here. That's only for people that go inside here. Okay. And only Google people. One thing that we emphasize too is only people that have a Google account or a Google Plus account can come in to the Hangout. Real key point there. Just want to emphasize that. Guest preparation. You had asked about guest preparation. How to prepare the guests. And we talked about some things. We talked about the biggest thing I suggest is have a one-on-one hangout with them. Just bring them in so that way you can see them get in and you can sit there and have a conversation. Make sure they use the same computer the next time they come in. Microphone, camera. These are things we talked about. Here is how I am going to invite you. Letting them know. Here's how you're going to get your invite. These are the ways I'm going to bring you in. What happens once you're in? Then we talked about, making sure your guest knows, okay, once you're in here, here's the things we're going to do and talk about, kind of like what I prepared you for before I came in here. So all those things are things we talked about in preparing your guests. Make your own list, create your own list, and make sure you check it off as you go, kind of like what I'm doing right here with this. Get that checklist ahead of time, and then learn from it. Once you're in the green room, this is something that I didn't go over last week, so I'm going to emphasize with you this week. Once your show's over with, oh my gosh, I wish we would have done this, or I wish we would have said this. jot those things down, or your guest said, hey, you know what? If you'd have told me this, I would have done this. That's perfect things to add to your list. Make it a cumulative list that you can get better and better each time.
Okay.
We talked about last week presenting a guest, white boxing that specific person and that kind of stuff, and not white boxing, doing presentation mode where if nobody's white box, then whoever talks comes up on the screen. Just emphasizing, look, and be sure if you haven't watched last week's show, watch it because it goes over all this stuff. And remember a key thing there, and I talked about this, and I made you do it. I remember making you do it. I white boxed you, you white boxed me.
That's right.
Even though you were watching me inside the show, I had you white boxed. So that's what the audience saw.
Yes.
And that's the key thing is whatever the host does, whoever's account this is on, and this is a good way. Let's say, for example, somebody violates or somebody starts playing music or somebody that could be copyright issue, or somebody puts up a picture up on screen that could be copyright issue. It's your account that gets damaged. So immediately white box yourself and then either eject them or mute them or explain to them. And this is one of the things that I do before I get into the hangout with the person that's never been in one. Hey, listen, here's some things you can't do. And here's why.
Okay.
So
how do you eject them? Is it within their box?
Yes. You don't have that because you can't eject me because it's I'm the host.
That's right. You are the host. Yeah. I have a settings question.
Okay. Let me just give you what I have on screen. I have an option of, I can hide from broadcast. So I can hide you from broadcast so no one can see you. I can present to everyone to where you're presenting to everyone. I can look at your profile. I can eject you and I can mute you. I can do all of those things. Okay. But anyway, go ahead. A setting thing.
Settings. When you're preparing to do the hangout, do you check your settings on audio and video before or once you're in the hangout?
I do it once I get in. About a half hour before or an hour or 45 minutes, whatever you get in, just check all that stuff. I double check and check everything. Okay. For the host, if you're in ahead of time, you can see you and how you sound and everything. You can actually see a live viewing of what it looks like. Okay. No one else has that ability. It just gives you a chance. Go ahead.
When you're saying get in, are you talking about getting into the live event hangout, or are you talking about in the green room, the preparation time?
Green room, preparation time.
Okay. How much time is that?
Before I hit the start broadcast button. Well, that's the interesting thing. Just because I put a time of 7 p.m. tonight,
yes,
we start at 7:05. It doesn't matter when you start. It does not start until you hit start broadcast.
Oh, I'm in total control here.
Yes. If you're 30 minutes late because the power went out,
right?
But you've let everybody know, hey, folks, power went out. I'm rebooting my computer. Everything should be up in just a second. As soon as you get back and you get that start broadcast button, that's when it starts.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
Regardless of what you put over there in the details, all that is information. I put on there from 7 o'clock to 7:30. I said this was going to be a 30-minute hangout. You know what? We're already over that. We're at 7:42. This is my time. I'm talking about Eastern time. So those that are watching in California going, hey, it's not even, what are you talking about? It's not even 7 yet.
Wow. Great.
So all those times that you put in over there don't matter. They don't matter.
Thank you.
Okay. No problem. All right. Let's see. MD quick tips. We talked about that and I told you about that, and make sure if you want to watch some stuff on videos, it has a lot of stuff on Hangouts too. Copyrights and sharing video. We talked about that because you had asked, you said that you wanted to do that kind of thing. And I think I explained pretty clearly, you need to just really heed caution when you're doing that. Talked about muting other folks. Film strip trolls, we just talked about them. And what we're talking about there in the film strip, we have like a little carrot, I would call it. And I don't know if I'll be able to show this without the bleed through, but I'll try. Let me show inside the Hangout. Hangout. Okay, let's go over to the Hangout.
What is it that's causing the bleed through?
You're always going to have that because hold on, let me go over this real quick before I talk about that. But anyway, so if I choose this, and again, you're probably not going to see this too well, but you might. Those are my choices. This is the little caret that we're talking about. It has my choices. Can you see my choices there? Hide from broadcast?
I do, yes.
Okay. And then present to everyone. Here, I'll white box you,
okay,
or white box myself even.
Right.
Yeah, if I white box you, there you go. Then it doesn't have the bleed through. That's kind of nice. Okay. When you're showing a video, your camera, that's what makes it bleed through.
Oh, okay.
But because I chose you, I can show this, and you can see the option there. So it worked okay. So hide from broadcast, present to everyone. Oops. Profile, I can show your profile. I can eject you, or I can mute you. So those are the choices there. And that's where we're getting it from, that little, I call it a caret. People say down arrow. I hear all kinds of stuff as far as.
Got it. Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Now I hope the audience saw that, because one thing that bothers me when I pin someone else, I don't think the bleed through. And let me start my, or show my, let me show my HOA, see if it does. No, you don't see it. We saw it inside the room here, but you did not see it out there. So let me go back to, so the folks out there can see what we're seeing. Yeah, see, they're going to see the bleed through, but that's okay. I can show right there, hide from broadcast, present to everyone, profile, eject, and mute. So you have to kind of look above Andrea's picture to see all that stuff, but that's the choices I have to do. And you're going to see that bleed through no matter what. And whenever you're showing the inside of a Hangout, because it's a camera of a camera of a camera of a, I mean, because it keeps taking a picture of itself.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
And we talked about muting as well. We talked about Control D to mute yourself. I can Control D real off, Control D turns it back on. It's a toggle, so it goes back and forth. Okay. I can do the same thing with video. I think it was Control E. Yep. And then Control E would bring it back. So I can do Control D and Control E. So if someone's getting ready to type or they're in there with you, hey, be courteous, please hit Control D right before you type. It's perfect.
All right.
We had talked about Manicam and how I draw on the screen, so I can draw funny faces, you know.
Yeah.
We talked about Manicam a little bit. And my affiliate, we talked about any browser to go to Google+. Yeah, you had asked that. What browser should you use? It's a good idea to use Chrome, because one thing is about if you're coming into the broadcast like we are right here. One thing that's good about using Chrome is you don't have to add anything else. If you use Firefox or Internet Explorer, you have to add a plugin. They have to add a plugin, then they have to add all that other stuff. So it's best to use Chrome in that it's less steps. Not saying that they will have a better performance or anything. I'm just saying that it's less steps for the user. Okay. So that's what my recommendation is there. Yep, that's what I just went over that. And last week we went over one of the last things we went over was I created an incognito window so you can see what your guests see if they don't have a Google Plus account. They can watch the whole event, they just can't participate unless they get into Google Plus, like in the event page and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, so now you have created and set up and done all your stuff. What questions do you have this week?
What was the purpose of the incognito window?
Okay, the reason I set up the incognito window was for you to be able to see exactly what your guest sees. So, for example, let me go to that right now. I'm going to go a new incognito window. Okay, so I'm going to go get that event first. I'm going to get that link for the event, copy, go back to the incognito window, and paste. So when I paste that in there, since this is a public event, you can see the whole event. You can watch it. They can sit there and watch. They can see the comments.
Yeah.
But if they try to add a comment, let's say they're on Facebook and they don't want to set up a Google account, but they want to see your show.
Okay.
They can click on this and the show will play. So I'm going to go get that event first. I'm going to get that. See there?
Yes.
Okay. So they can watch the whole show. They can see the comments that are coming up. But if they want to leave a comment, watch what happens. You have to sign into your account.
Right.
So they have to sign up for Google Plus or a Google account in order to watch and view this. And right up at the top, you can see join Google Plus. That's why I use an incognito window to see what a guest who doesn't have Google Plus, what they're going to see.
Okay.
That's the only reason I use an incognito window, and the only reason that I did that, so you could see what your guests are going to see. If you invite them over on Facebook and they don't have a Google account, this is what it's going to look like to them.
Okay, I see.
See, that's the only reason that I did that. You don't have to do this every time. It's just to show you, hey, they're going to get this. You know, join Google Plus. They're going to get this. You're not signed in. You know, if they do have a Google account, you know, they're not signed in yet. Or if they try to leave a comment, it's going to force them to get a Google account so they can now leave a comment or whatever.
Will this be in a separate window, or will they still be able to view the Hangout in progress?
I'm just showing you, okay, this is the Hangout in progress.
Yes.
Okay, this is what your guests are going to see. If they don't have a Google Plus account, this is what they're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm showing you by doing this. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I want to make sure this is it. This is it. This is what they're going to see. They can watch the whole show. They just can't comment or do any of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
If they're looking at it from the Google Plus side, if you shared this event, this link at the top that you shared that event, this is what they're going to see. Hey, Michael Daniels is having an event. Oh, here, it's live. It says it's live. I can go watch. I can see all the commenting. Hey, I want to be able to comment. As soon as they try, they have to sign in.
I see. Okay.
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 So that's the benefit that's what it, using the incognito window lets me show you what your guests are going to be faced with if they don't have a Google Plus account.
I see. I thought it was a way of them being able to override
they can't sign in. They can't. No, you will not teach them about an incognito window. That is way advanced.
Okay. Okay.
The only reason I did that was to show you.
Thank you.
No problem. What else? What else can I go over or talk about? Or questions you might have about your event that you set up?
Nothing's coming to mind. I'm feeling pretty at ease here.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe the second time just kind of helped a little bit too.
I think so.
Good. Because all I did was reassure the things that we went over the last time.
Yes. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Absolutely. Anybody else that's out there and has any questions, feel free. I noticed that there's no comments out there that I could tell or could see. I'm going to try and bring up something from, let's see if I have anything. I don't see any more.
Wait, got something.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. So if I decide to change the event time, I go ahead and I change that on the event page. Automatically, does that then send out the invitation again to all of the circles and the communities and everybody else, or is that done manually?
That's a great question. No, they do not get another invitation.
Oh,
what they do get, and they're if they added that event to say their Google Calendar,
yes,
it will not change there either. What it will do is it will send them a notification that, hey, your host has changed something on this event. So they'll get a Google Plus notification, the little bell icon, the Mr. Jingles.
Yes.
They'll get something there.
Okay.
But that's it. Won't change anything on their calendar or any of that kind of stuff. So they would have to do that manually. Good question, though.
Is there anything that I need to do to end the Hangout? Or does it automatically shut off after the period of time? Let's say 7 to 8. 8 o'clock comes, shuts down.
Well, if you look right here, this event, on this event page, is from 7 to 7:30. And that's Eastern time for me.
Oh, that's right. We're far over. Yeah.
We're well over. We're well over that.
Yes.
It does not end until I hit stop broadcast, which is right there. See the red button? Right down here at the bottom.
I see the telephone. Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Yep.
Got
Stop broadcast. I have to click stop broadcast, and then that's when it ends.
Okay.
That's where I start the broadcast. That's where I stop the broadcast. And it does not record until I hit the green button. And now if I hit the red button, stop button, that's when it ends.
Okay.
So that's the way the Hangout itself will work. You cannot pause. It's either start and stop. That's it. And if you hit it by accident, you've ended it.
Okay. How about if I do a test Hangout and I want to delete that?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. You can certainly do that. One thing that your event will come back. It'll show up. Let me show you. I will show you on here. Here's all my YouTube videos, right?
Yes.
The second one is the one from last week. Okay. So I have last week's, and it's right there. I have no icon for it, but it's right there. I can go right here, click on that little, there's a checkbox right next to it.
Yes.
Then go to actions and delete.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that'll delete last week's.
I see that edit is also an option.
Yeah, sure. You can edit. You can go, if I go into last week's, I can actually make a thumbnail, which I already did. I don't know why it's not showing over there, but I know why, because I deleted that image. I deleted that image from my repertoire, but you can pick from thumbnails. You can go in here, add more details. You can put timestamps for your video, all kinds of stuff on the YouTube side.
Okay. Oh, the lower third, the lower third. Could you go over that, Michael, the lower third, how to set that up?
How to create one or how to get it inside this Hangout?
How to get it inside. Well, no, how to do the most simple basic one.
Like design one and create it and all that kind of stuff?
No. Okay. Just your name and your address or something like that.
Okay. I will show you. Let's see. If I go in and I go into Hangout Toolbox, it opens up over here, and I come over here to this little guy right here. Mm-hmm. See that icon up there that I hit? I don't know if you can see that.
I do.
I can just put Michael Daniels, which I have right there, and user to user. This is very, very, very basic.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking for.
And then there's a little on-off switch. I just click that on switch right there.
Right.
And see how it put it up there? I don't know if you can see that.
I do.
Just put it on screen. Michael Daniels, user to user. I can turn it back off, and that's it. That's how simple it is. And then these are all presets and custom overlays that I've designed and all kinds of stuff. But like I said, that's a whole thing in itself.
Right.
Hangout Toolbox. I'll tell you, like I told last week, if you want to go learn about that, go to their website. There's been a lot of things. You can actually probably search YouTube videos for Hangout Toolbox.
Whose website would that be that I'd go to?
Message from
the Hangout Toolbox people.
Oh, the Hangout Toolbox. So would I click on Hangout Toolbox to get that information?
Yeah, they would have stuff. But like I said, if you go to YouTube and search Google Plus Hangout Toolbox, you probably find all kinds of videos and stuff that have been done and show you how to set it up.
Okay, great.
How to get the app, how to, load it, how to start it. There's probably some old ones because it was a long time ago when the guy that designed, one of the major guys that designed it, now works for Google, so he doesn't spend a whole lot of time doing that stuff. So
okay.
All right, what else? Anything?
No, nothing.
It's been a long time.
I feel ready to go for it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Me too.
I'm going to end the broadcast. Anybody
Okay.
that would like to come join us, feel free to say something to me or ping me or send something or put something in the community. That's fine. And I'll invite you in. And I'm going to stop broadcast for all the folks that rewatch this. Okay. Thanks for coming.